Harvard, one of the most prestigious university in the world, home to some of the brightest minds, insane workloads, and a student routine that's probably not for the weak. But what happens when an average person tries to live like a Harvard student for a whole week? From waking up at the crack of dawn to grinding through endless study sessions, squeezing in workouts, and surviving on questionable amounts of caffeine, this is going to be intense. Will I come out smarter or just sleep deprived? Well, let's find out. Hi, I'm Marta, I'm 17 and I'm behind with schoolwork. I think that nothing motivates me more than seeing people online being more successful than me and work harder than me. So that's why for this entire school week, I'm going to grind like a Harvard student, studying for 3 to 5 hours a day and juggling it with the rest of the routine. That way I can hopefully get back to my usual highly encouraged self. The first day will be the longest one, showing you in depth the elements of the routine, followed by the other 4 days, so that the video isn't an hour long. After the week ends, I'll tell you my thoughts about the entire experiment and whether or not such lifestyle is worth it. Let's get into it. My school started at 9 on Monday, so I woke up around 5:30 to have enough time for everything. And I slept for like 4 hours at night, so it was pretty tough.
Good morning, everyone. It's absolutely dark, but anyway, it's 5 something. I usually wake up at this time to school. Today I don't even have the first lesson. My cat came. Oh my god. And honestly, very surprisingly, I have more energy than if I slept for like 8 hours or something. I don't know why.
Most Harvard students wake up around 6, and I sadly don't have that privilege.
Commuting to school is hell.
And as most people, the first thing they do in the morning is putting themselves together enough to do some kind of exercise. And from what I've seen in the morning, it's mostly cardio. And it's very smart because not only workouts in the morning help you get rid of that grogginess and put you into an amazing mood, but it also means that you don't necessarily have to work out in the afternoon if you really don't feel like it. So I brushed my teeth, put on a random outfit, and was about to start when I heard my parents already getting up, and I chickened out from exercising so early because I don't know how I will explain to my parents why I'm working out at 5:30 a.m. instead of sleeping. So I waited for a second before finally getting into it.
So the first thing that most hard students do in the morning after kind of freshening up is going to a gym. I don't have a gym, but I have a yoga mat and YouTube, and they usually like go there for half an hour. Well, I don't have that much time today, so we're gonna do just a quick 10-minute workout.
It's been so long since I've last worked out, not even mentioning in the morning. I never do it like that. But let me tell you something. These students are onto something. Even though that 10-minute workout was painful, it left me very refreshed and ready to start the day.
This is the first workout since ages that I actually felt sunburned, so that's good. But I have been humbled.
After exercising, then it's time for students to get ready for the day. Most of them just do a quick skincare routine and a bit of makeup. I didn't have enough time today for the latter, so I just did it at school.
Now it's time for some breakfast, and I've actually looked up the official website of Harvard's dining services, and they have like a whole menu that's available to the public, like everyone. So I picked out what I would eat from there, and they had granola. It's not exactly the same granola, it also has nuts. That one was just vanilla, but I think it's fine. And also some yogurt, like sugar-free one. So this is what we have. And so yeah, it's not the most extravagant, prestigious breakfast. Let's get eating. I'm also going to go through last physics classes on my tablet because I genuinely don't know what's going on. It's not great. My physics grade is just free falling as we speak. So I'm going to some revision as lots of Harvard students do. And now with lots of Harvard students have cats. Girl. Granola is so crunchy. I'm absolutely in love. Okay.
A zatem N2 to się równa FG2.
We're running a bit late, but oh my goodness, we got this.
And since I didn't sleep much last night, I was so tired that I almost fell asleep in the bus. But at least I managed to do my flashcards. I was almost late, but I finally got to my first set of classes, French and Advanced Physics. From my research, classes at Harvard usually start after 9 a.m., so at least my starting time was pretty accurate to theirs.
To jest poprzedni dział? Jak to? Jestem na temacie 11. Nie wiem.
A tak po prostu. Jak jestem różowa! What the fuck? Bros pink. Dosłownie.
At Harvard, the lunch begins around 11 and lasts until 2:30 p.m. So at 12, I ate lunch. Of course, my meal was the staple for most students overall: instant noodles.
Moja pierwsza jogata, bro.
I know it's not the most bougie meal, but well, you can't expect anything fancy when you're buying from a żabka. So I regained energy and headed straight into my studies. Here I was grinding physics for an exam from rigid body, and God was I struggling. For the last 2 years of high school, I've been trying to convince myself that I like physics, but it just didn't work. Like, genuinely, just physics can't seem to enter my brain. Anyway, I attended my last class at 1 p.m. and was off at 2 p.m. Classes at Harvard University usually last even to 5:30, sometimes even to 9. Oh my god. So to make this challenge as accurate as possible, I tried to go to a local library, but it wasn't possible, so I simply ended up going home.
And when you look up the sun, this is crazy.
While dinner at Harvard usually starts at 5 p.m., I had mine that day around 4 p.m., so that's not a big difference.
Okay, angels, I'm finally home. How are we doing? Honestly, I'm doing very, very good, considering I think I slept like for 4 hours today because I had to study. I'm honestly feeling amazing. I was in such a good mood today at school. Like, I was laughing and all that. So it was very amazing. I miss my classmates so much. Like, I just love messing around at school. That's like my favorite thing ever. Anyway, so now it's time for dinner, and according to the HUD's website, today students could choose penne pasta. I have no idea how to pronounce it in English, I'm sorry. So I made this because it's from a cup. But oh my gosh, it's so good. So pasta is like the most popular food among students. So we're perfectly in theme. I also made some tea, and I also got the go-to sleep-deprived student drink, which is the most illegal substance in Poland. Some kind of peach flavor. This is my first one this year, so mamo, tato, jeśli to zobaczycie, przeżyję. And I have this fancy glass. drink it from. Anyway, let's enjoy and then studying.
And here, the real grind begins. As I mentioned in the beginning, Harvard students usually study from 3 to 5 hours a day on average outside of their classes, which is just a huge amount. I was also trying out some study tips that they gave, and one of the girls I was watching really put a strong emphasis on organization, and since my life has been messy for the past 3 months, here I am trying to get organized again. But back to my suffering, I was cramming physics once more. I love studying, but this subject is really the one and only that I despise studying, always puts me in a bad mood. It was the same this time. At some point I've kind of broke down because I was so terribly stressed that I wasn't getting better at the questions while my exam was 3 days away. Okay, I have now been studying physics for 2.5 hours, and as you might have seen, it's going terribly. And as you might even hear, I'm so stressed because I already have an F from this. I really have no idea in which universe I was living in. How did I think that I would be able to learn it in freaking 5 days? Like, what universe was I living in? Because definitely not this one. Girl, no. I've literally done 3 exercises. I have 8 more to go. They took 2.5 hours and it's currently 7:30. Like, I cannot focus at all. I'm all over the place because I'm so stressed. So that's why I'm here. I'm here right now to just walk on a treadmill and try to like calm down. From what I've noticed, Harvard students really seem to care a lot about their physical activity, so many of them hit the gym after their classes. Sadly, I don't have a gym, but I have a treadmill, so I did a tiny bit of walking as cardio. Didn't want to overdo it since I was so stressed. Next, I had my post-workout meal that definitely had 200 grams of protein. After that, I nibbled on some language stuff, and sick and tired, I got unready and washed my hair.
Okay, I'm done crying and all that stuff. So now it's time to wash my hair. I need to wash my hair because
I forgot to use a conditioner, so I was a sheep the next day. But anyway, I finished Monday with catching up with schoolwork. I think it wouldn't surprise you to know that many Harvard students are sleep deprived and go to sleep at late hours, from midnight to 2 a.m., sometimes even later. But after such a hard day, I decided to go ahead and go to sleep a bit after midnight. To sum up today's studies, I grinded for 2 hours and 55 minutes, almost hitting the average study time but missing just by a notch because I was way too stressed out to continue and I was sleepy. But don't worry, in the following days I definitely improved from that. The next day, on Tuesday, I repeated the whole routine. I woke up and got ready for some workout, and as you can see, my hair was terrible that day. I fed my cat, did a 10-minute Rosie Graham Pilates workout. My abs were still hurting from yesterday, but alas.
Jesus, my muscles are screaming a bit.
I then did some simple makeup and tried to fix my hair, but it was difficult. At least the sunrise was very pretty, and I tried to make an outfit inspired once again in spa. Tired by Rory Gilmore, whose outfits are very simple, by the way, which is really unlike me.
Actually, I have virtually no classes today, so I'm just gonna clean out this space.
I wasn't hungry at all, so I skipped breakfast, and with the spare time, I tidied my room a little bit and packed my bag. I also got my coffee. Once again, I had less classes than usual, starting at 9 and finishing at 1 p.m. I also got a birthday gift from my friend, and look at these babies! Oh my god, I love them so much! The classes I had were super easy: French, religion, maths, and some other stuff. I spent a lot of time with my friends. Here's me waiting for them while I'm desperately trying to fix my hair. Did not work. After finishing classes at 1 p.m, we sat at the park, and after that, guess what? The grind begins. I really wanted to study at this gorgeous cafe, as not only studying at cafes is pretty much the student staple, but I also loved the vibe and the cake was delicious. It was a Dubai Choco inspired cake. The agenda was to finish catching up with my maths notes, but I really needed internet to do that, like checking my answers, etc. And the cafe's Wi-Fi just kind of not like really sucked. So I left a little bummed, hoping to do a second take at studying at the library. And it worked! I was so glad to see that the Wi-Fi there was excellent. The ambiance was perfect, so cozy and nice. The librarian was also the sweetest. Thanks to this super nice environment, I was able to study maths for a whole 2 hours without a single break. And now I'm finally not behind with basic maths. I left before 5 p.m. to catch the bus, very happy and relaxed. Today's menu: hummus and a bun with seeds. Still, I decided to nibble on maths even more. I don't know what I was doing honestly, but we bowl. I was super tired from working the entire day, but I forgot to mention that Harvard students not only attend class, study, go to gym, etc., but they also take part in various after-school activities like clubs and volunteering. So to check that off, I decided to just work on editing my YouTube videos. I finished the day before 1 a.m. and went to sleep, having studied for 3 hours and 1 minute and having edited for almost an hour, summing up to 2 hours 6 minutes. On Wednesday, most of my classes were cancelled again, and I woke up at around 7 a.m. to get ready and do my workout. Then I went to make some breakfast.
Breakfast for today: bagels with some rice cake on top for some extra crunch, and tea. I absolutely love bagels. Okay, quick outfit check. I've kind of tried to make it themed after this outfit where Rory has a striped green t-shirt, but I don't have any green t-shirts, I don't have any striped t-shirts, and I basically barely have any like fitting tightly t-shirts, so I just picked this top with this blouse, and honestly, I don't know, I'm kind of like serving. It's such a simple outfit, and the lack of jewelry is just hurting me, but
I swear to God, my outfits this week were low-key giving Rory Gilmore if she was coquette. I also had a ponytail because it was so hot outside. Like, it was insane for March. I had literally just one singular class, and after that 3 hours of nothing. So me and my friends grabbed some coffee and went to the local library to study.
Czekaj, ale ja muszę wziąć poprawę. Dobrze. My beautiful queen.
Hi.
jaka słodka!
My Pookie friend is almost in the same situation as me. You'll hear about it in a sec. She has to grind WOS. So social studies in English, I guess, but it has been her advanced subject only since December last year, so we're both almost equally cooked. But right now, I was just trying to fix my notes from Polish class. We felt incredibly aesthetic, and after 2 hours we left to start the adventure of trying to find maltanki. It's a Polish snack, but there weren't any anywhere, so... Moving on to my lunch, I had some pasta again, #student life. I had my last 2 classes and went back to the library to work on those notes again. Because of those last 2 classes, which were IT, I was stressing so much. As I said, you'll see why. So I got some expensive matcha to brighten up my mood. Matcha is very popular amongst basically all students, so I wanted to try it. But the grassy taste was not that noticeable due to all that milk. But it didn't help because I still broke down after I got off the bus. God, this week is insane. Okay guys, news flash. I switched my advanced subject from physics to computer science, so IT. I'm in 3rd grade, it's March. And the reason why that is basically I have just chosen the university and the path that I want to take in my life a month ago. A little ago. So now I changed it, and from what I heard, the IT metro exam is the hardest one. I have 1.5 years less than that. Congrats to me. Someone can send me an award for the dumbest person on this planet. Please send it over. I'm very stressed and kind of honestly very scared, but I also trap myself because I know that I can be a really hardworking person. And contrary to physics, I actually enjoy IT. I'd rather be crazy for 1.5 years than have a shitty life forever. Well, enough of the yapping. Let's get to cramming because it's already 7 p.m. Don't be as dumb as me, kids. Love you. So I studied IT for around 2 hours. I'm this far and I'm like kind of making notes on my MacBook. If I ever forget something, I can just look back. I was supposed to just fall asleep after that, but I was so stressed that I barely slept and instead looked for some Matura quizzes for it.
I'm so stressed.
Because I kid you not, there are barely any textbooks for advanced IT. Oh my god. But to sum Wednesday up, I studied for 5 hours, 25 minutes and edited for 44 minutes. And it came to the total of whopping 6 hours and 5 minutes and additional 24 hours of stress. Yippee! On Thursday, I was honestly just so tired that I skipped the long morning routine and did my usual one. So let's consider it as a rest day. I spent a couple of hours at school, less than usual again because half of the teachers are sick, I guess, stressed about advanced IT, and drank a coffee. Business as usual. When I had some free time in between classes, me and my friends went to a playground, and during advanced maths, my classmate drew this big bold bird. Like, bro should go to art school, I'm not kidding. I didn't do an outfit check that day, but you can see my outfit a bit here. I had jeans, a white top, and a pink shirt from my mom. I tried to recreate this fit, but I ended up looking more like Lorelai than Rory, but sure, let's go. It was so freaking hot, so after school I hung out a bit at the park. I was finally off to go home, and here's another birthday present from my friends, and it was my third Lego orchid. Like, At home, I ate a bagel and hummus, but an IT course I found last night and edited for almost 3 hours. Then I went to sleep. So on Thursday, I studied for 2 hours, IT related, and edited for 3 hours, which sums up to 5 hours. Oh, Friday, the last day of the challenge. The routine continued. Get ready, work out, finish getting ready, morning review, leave. At school, I ate a cinnamon bun for breakfast and studied Polish during all the classes because we had a test from Lalka. It's a set book. I was also insanely tired. Like, I was so done with everything and all I wanted to do is go to sleep, which was the first time this happened during the challenge, at least at school.
I've just written a test from Lalka.
I think the biggest proof of this is just the almost complete lack of footage from that day. Like, I was that freaking done. But going straight to home and falling asleep wasn't an option, because me and other people from school planned to meet up by the river after class. I usually really enjoy such events, but this time I was just exhausted and cold, because I underestimated the weather. So I left very early. Marta was not having it that day. And my mood deteriorated even more when I had to leave completely alone. Like, that day was just a disaster. At this point, even God wouldn't have been able to force me to study. So I spent 2 hours on my phone and fell asleep with my makeup on. So on Friday, the most aesthetic day of them all, I studied for whopping 0 hours outside of class, making me the best fake Harvard student in the universe. Clap for me. Okay, so the 5 days has passed, and here are my thoughts, which are quite mixed. As for the pros, I felt very productive and accomplished, and like I was utilizing my time to its fullest. I also caught up with the schoolwork a bit, and I did actually manage to get back to being more hardworking. But of course, it definitely wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. For once, I never felt like I worked hard enough. Like, technically, I could still study a little longer, edit for a little longer, sleep a little less, etc. Aside from that, I also felt as if doing anything other than studying is simply a waste of time. Also, that not sleeping thing was fun and games in the beginning, but it quickly caught up with me and I was literally dead at the end of the week. So, would I want to do this challenge again or keep going with it? Yeah, probably not. Being productive is nice, but the workload was just not it, as well as the lack of sleep that came with it. And you need to remember one very important detail. I did not actually attend Harvard. And you may be like, yeah, we know? No. I mean, it's a very important factor because there were no real psychological factors in this for me. No intense deadlines, no peer pressure, no professors breathing down my neck. And honestly, if all that had been there, I don't know if I would have survived. So, Harvard students, I have a huge respect to you. But I think I'll stick to my normal routine. You know, one that includes sleep.